The 2025 Hyundai Palisade in the STL trim, and what does $41,500 get you in this? Let's go ahead and dive in here at Vagabond Builds with James and Sandu. Now, you have one of 5 trims. You have the SE, this being the SCL, so second to the lowest. You have the XRT, then you have the Limited, and then the Calligraphy. But yes, they might say that there's 7 because there's a SCL Premium that offers the bench or the captain seats for the second row. And then you have the Calligraphy called Night Package, which you just black out all the exterior elements or a kind of darkened look. But SCL, second to bottom, and it comes with a 3.8 liter V6 gas-powered engine with a 8-speed automatic transmission. Now, this powertrain powers every trim in the 2025, okay? Now, it does push 291 horsepower with 262 pounds-feet of torque, MPG, 19 city, 26 highway, and a 22 combined with the 18.8-gallon gas tank size. Some dimensions on this vehicle: 197 inches in length, 78 inches in width, 69 inches in height with a 114.2-inch wheelbase and a 7.9-inch ground clearance. When properly equipped, 5,000 pounds of towing capacity. Let's go ahead and shut this hood and talk 2025 Palisade. Now, we are waiting for a refresh or kind of a remodel on the 2025 Palisade. If you've been following us, we've done reviews on these and higher trims as well. We left their hazards on so you guys get an idea. The LED lights here in the front, along with LED lights in the back. High gloss black grille and trim, dropping down to the matte black plastic lower grille, okay? Finishing off with that lower lip in that kind of silver matte look. Coming over to the side, got active wheel vents or air vents here for the wheel area. Now remember, every trim will have different rims and different tires, okay? Now let's talk tire. What are we running? We're running a Bridgestone Dueler HP Sport All Season, and the size on that tire is a 245/60/18 with a Hyper Silver tire. The suspension system is a standard shock spring strut suspension. Wheel well trim in the matte black plastic. Going over to the rocker panel area, finishing off that side in the matte black plastic, and we have the side mirror with the integrated blinker lighting. Now this is different, we don't see this on many cars, as well as blind spot assist, okay? Roof rails in the Hyper Silver. The trim around the windows are kind of a glossy or Hyper Silver look. Hyper Silver door handles with keyless fob entry, and this is the way it looks if we come into the 2025 Palisade with a lot of room coming into that second row area. A lot of times we'll see these compact SUVs or these mid-size SUVs kind of have a little bit of tighter space coming into that second row. Okay, wheel well trim here in the back, matte black plastic. Over to the rear end, we do have LED lighting up top, spoiler with the integrated brake light, privacy glass, wiper for that glass. Hyundai in the chrome, Palisade in the chrome. Dropping down to the camera right over that Roseville Hyundai license plate, and this is where I'd like to take a chance to thank Roseville Hyundai here in Roseville, California, for providing us this beautiful Palisade for the walk around review video, guys. Now continuing forward, dropping down, backup lights here, parking reflectors, bumper sensors going across that painted bumper fascia. Dropping down to, again, the matte gray or silver look finish with the dual tip right exhaust, okay? Now, what is under the car? We have a spare tire set under the car. And this is your tow cap to get that tow package or the tow hook for that 5,000 pounds of towing capacity right behind that cap. Now let's go ahead and talk cargo capacity. So this is a 3-row SUV, as I mentioned. 18 cubic feet of space with that third row seat up. A whopping 86 cubic feet of space with the third and the second row seat down. Let's go ahead and show you guys how to drop the third row with the manual belts, okay? And then you have an electrical control unit here to just drop the second row captain seats, the right and the left captain, and this is what 86 cubic feet of space looks like. So enough for the snow if you're going up over to the mountain for the snowboards, the skis. You want to fit a dishwasher back here, you can do that as well. Camping, 12-volt outlet here. Some things I'd like to mention here at Vagabond Builds. You got the visor and some more cubby room with your tire situation. People always ask me, should I do the third row SUV or a 5-passenger SUV? And they don't need the third row is what they ask me. So my best advice is get the third row if you don't need it anyways. Just drop them and use the cargo capacity. That's why people ask me, because they are debating between cargo capacities. My best advice here at Vagabond Builds is to get the third row. And if you do need that third row, it's there handy. But if you don't need it, drop the third row, use the cargo capacity, and then use the bench seat or the captain seating if you only have 4 or 5 in the family, okay? Now that we're done talking about the powertrain, exterior, and cargo, let's go ahead and talk Palisade interior. So now interior of the 2025 Palisade. Let's talk interior, starting with the seating. Now, perforated H-Tech seating wrap. We have heated seats on the front and electric controlled front seats. In front of that passenger, a non-lockable glove compartment. In front of us, we have some textured inlays with the silver, the matte gray, or the matte silver going across that dashboard. Full tech inside the 2025 Palisade, okay? Let me know how you guys feel about the screen that's kind of indented into the dash, and then the interface, because we see a lot of Hyundais, they're actually starting to just make a full screen across, okay? Now, let's go ahead and talk and show you guys a little bit about the Palisade interface. This is what the screen looks like. You can make it a full screen navigation. Let's go back home. Touch sensitive is really responsive, but this is the old interface, okay? So we don't see the newer look on the interface. Kind of gets the older one. Slide that again, and then we're going to go ahead and go up to the setup of the car, show you guys what the vehicle looks like. And you get things like this: driver convenience, driver safety. You can manage the sensors and whatnot. The cluster, you can actually change themes, cluster theme selection, and we're on C, but we can actually go to A and accept that, okay? It actually changes it, or we just link it to driver mode and go back home, okay? Now, let's go ahead and tell you that it also has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You also have the Sirius XM 3 years for free, but then you're going to have to subscribe to that and pay monthly as well. And then what does it look like if we go back to the climate control with your interface? This is what the climate looks like to control it, touch sensitive. Okay, we can actually control the temperatures and the way that air goes, all right? Now, on the right-hand side of the screen, so I don't forget, you got the passenger attention warning light. So before you turn off the car, it lets you know who's buckled in, who's not, or in the rear and whatnot. And dropping down, we got some air vents. We have the hard buttons for that infotainment screen. So not just touch sensitive, but manual as well. We go to navigation or map. That's what the map looks like. Radio. That's what your radio looks like. Let's pause it. And so for the media, the hazards, and all that good stuff that you guys know. Dual climate controls here in the front. This is the way we're going to control it with the hard buttons. So not just touch sensitive as well as the hard buttons. Rear climate, you can control the tri-zone climate in the back with here by pressing that and controlling that as well, okay? Toggle switch, one thing that I like about it is simplifies. I'm not a big shift lever fan anymore. I like the toggle switches because it's simple and easy to use. Drive modes, you get 4 drive modes: Sport, Comfort, Eco, and Smart. We're going to leave that in Comfort. Few buttons going on here. You got an auto hold button, engine on off button, your camera button there in the back, and then a parking sensor button with your heated seats, front. Okay. Now let's go ahead and slide this open. Cup holders, where are they, you might ask? Oh, they're hiding. Look, push and push. You get 2 cup holders. If you don't use one, you can actually use the space for the other one, and a wireless charging pad right to the left of that cup holder with the USB-A plug-in. This is what your 2025 Palisade key fob is going to look like, everyone. Now, removable tray, center console area, 12 volt, and a USB-C. So USB-A and USB-C plug-in inside the 2025 Palisade. Up top in the SEL trim, we do not have a tilt slide moonroof option, but we do have a rear view mirror, and that is frameless, everyone. Not touch sensitive, it's actually hard button, and you get the light, True Light LED lighting. All right, now over to the cluster and the steering wheel. We got a quad spoke steering here in front of us with that kind of leather feel and some silver trim The way to control that center info card is by the button right here. And you can go through that. All right, compass too. Also can control your lane departure, crash warnings, and so forth, your cruise control. Right behind that steering wheel, paddle shifters for that 8-speed automatic transmission, controls to the right for your windshield wipers, and your lighting lever to the left. On the left-hand side of the manual steering column, we got a parking brake button, tailgate lift button, traction control, and your auto dimmable lighting buttons for the dashboard. Door panel. This is what your door panel is going to look like, everyone. All right, some silver trim going across with the same textured from the dashboard over to the door panel, the ATEX wrap on the armrest, controls to the windows and the side mirrors, and those side mirrors are not automatic foldable if you ask in the comment section below. But now that we're done here in the front, let's go ahead and talk second and third row seating. So second row seating, everyone. Now, these are the captain chairs with the armrest, the HTEC seating, and you can control these seats 4 ways. You got a manual lever here to go forward and back, and it's quite convenient. On the right-hand side, you get a button there to bunny hop this seat forward, a manual lever here for this backrest, and then a button here for the third row passengers to bunny hop this seat forward as well. Now, let's go ahead and show you guys that. That's what it's going to look like coming into the third row area. Now, if you do have the SEL Premium, you have the option of adding a bench seat to this as well. So instead of a 7-seater SUV, you can make it an 8-passenger SUV, okay? In front of us, now to put into perspective, I'm about 6 feet 2 inches. Leg clearance is completely there. Head clearance is completely there. In front of us, we have pockets on the back of those front seats. A hard back button, a hard back front seats, USB-C plugins on the right and on the left. Tri-zone climate control, hard buttons, okay? Dropping down, 12-volt outlet, 180 watt. Now let's go ahead and shoot over to the third row seating with showing you that these seats do have a little mesh pocket, for example, like your phone. You can just hold it there, and that's very convenient. Let's go ahead and bunny hop this seat forward and come over to the third row passenger. Now, it is slightly tight back here. I will have to say, for third row, it is quite claustrophobic. My head is touching. Can we drop these down? Yes. Oop. There you go. You could actually maximize that lower angle there, but again, it's very tight back here, all right? Head clearance, my head is still touching the top. Legs are completely squished. On the right and on the left, we have cup holders, no USB-C plugins. We do have air vents for passengers and animals, all right? See these little speakers here? This is a voice speaker that actually amplifies your voice from the third passenger over up to the front, so mom or dad or the driver and the passenger can actually hear the third row passengers a whole lot better, okay? Now, as we like to do it here at Vagabond Builds, we like to drop that MSRP sticker so you guys get a better idea of what exactly comes on this car with the price tag. It's coming in at $41,600. And let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. We like to dialogue with our viewers here at Vagabond Builds with James and Sandu. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this one. We appreciate your viewership. Thank you, and God bless you.